Do 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 do. Hey, beautiful people! It's me, Maris, and it's Monday. Some of you were just like, "Oh God, do not make me get up this early," and I'm like, it's 10:25. Technically, you should have been up for a little bit anyway. But let's begin our day or our reading, whatever you want to call it today. Let's begin it with a smudging. Everybody needs to smudge. Kind of like helps us put our focus in, get grounded. Who are we? What are we going to do today? What are we going to do this week? What's our goals? Like all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, still like, and I'm back over here like, it's Monday. I like Mondays. Mondays are this opportunity to set the energy for the week. And I don't know about you, but I'm intending on having some groovy energy. Oh, peace, love, and happiness, Matthew. Saw that you popped up here. Let's go over a couple of things. We have a Reiki class. I know it's short notice. We have a Reiki class on Wednesday. It's at 11 o'clock. It's over here at the new studio. If you want to participate in the Reiki class, my number is, and text me because I'll be in session the rest of the day. My number is 405-549-3766, and just say, hey, Maris, I'm coming to the class on Wednesday at 11 o'clock, and I'll go groovy, and I will see you then. That's what we got going on. And then on Sunday, that's coming up, because I'm anticipating cold weather, and everybody knows I don't do cold, that we will be having our Reiki healing, and that we're going to actually use the atrium here at the new building. It's a really cool little atrium. So I'm going to, let's go ahead and do a little smudging of you. And so with that, we're going to sound or see how the sound and all of that kind of groovy stuff is. So doing a little bit of smudging here for you. All right, you see that smudge smoke. So just go ahead and put your face over there by the thing on your camera, and you'll get your smudge. I mean, metaphorically speaking, but energetically, I'm sending it that way. So I've got like 5 decks of cards over here on, well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 decks of cards here. And okay, we've got angels and ancestors. So we've got angels and ancestors. I don't know which ones we're going to use yet. Good morning, Amber. We have shamanic healing. That kind of made my stomach hurt a little bit, so I'm going to put you off to the side. I don't know if we're supposed to use those today. We have those earth magic ones. I don't know. Are they this way? Earth magic. Earth magic. Made my wrist kind of hurt. And I'm like, what a baby I am today. These are the shamanic oracles. I think this is what we used on Friday. And then I have, and these are some other shamanic cards. They're really cool. But I'm feeling angels and ancestors. Okay, is that what you're feeling? That's what I'm feeling. So let's go with angels and ancestors. I got some really cool feathers from my friend Christy. Feather, feather, feather. Love them. But let's kind of shuffle these up. All right, so we know we have a Reiki class on Wednesday. Then I'm doing a wedding on Saturday. And then on Sunday, we are doing our Reiki healing. We won't be at the lake. We're going to check this out over here and see if we like the acoustics in the atrium. I think we will. And we've got tons of plants in there. So I'm kind of groovy and excited about that. But, well, without further ado, let's start looking at this reading for the week. What kind of energy? I know that I kind of like kept it on the down low for myself this weekend. I didn't want to get involved in a lot of minutia. And I noticed that on Saturday morning I started getting involved in people's minutia. And it was like somebody would post something, so I would post my thumbs up, thumbs down, something along that lines. And then people wanted to argue points, and I kind of played with it for a little bit, and then I was like, I'm going to disconnect from other people's junk, because my stuff started out pretty groovy that morning, and I was in a really uplifted mood. And then within about like 5 posts, I'm like, really? And I noticed that people can be so ding dang rude and mean when it's not face to face. You know, it's kind of like when you post something up on a social media, it's almost a sense of lack of accountability. You know, you're not face to face. And most of us wouldn't be posting some of the shish that we post if we were speaking face to face. We definitely probably wouldn't be saying most of those things. So with that in mind, I'm going to choose to disconnect from, we'll just say rude post, mean post, rude post, inappropriate post, whatever you want to call it. We don't have to imbibe in other people's garbage and other people's negative vibe. We don't have to imbibe. It means I don't have to drink from your cup. You know, I love Tupac. You know, and they're like, so does Kamala Harris. I truly, you know, dig his philosophy. Hold on. I think he had a lot of cool, interesting things to say. And one of his favorite things was like, especially when you break up as a friend. And I was like, we may not be friends anymore, man, but I don't want to see you go hungry. You can eat, and I want you to eat. You just don't eat at my table, and that's cool. You know, it's acknowledging the existence of another person, but we don't have to be connected, because a lot of times I'm a good energy and you're a good energy, but together we don't make a great energy, if that makes any sense. And so if we can't be great together, maybe we can be great or good, whatever, doing our own thing. So that was my little piece of love and advice. You don't have to. Oops, okay, there we go. Let's go with one more. Let's go with 5 cards. Playing 5-card stud, right? One more card. All right, Spirit, give us one more. Okay, she did. She threw that sucker on the floor. Woo! Okay. Wow. Interesting week we got coming up. Are you ready to take a look at it? Okay, got your cup of coffee, or your tea, or your soda, or your water. Okay, let's take a look and see who we or what we're looking at first this week. And what is our energy coming in? The Magic Guardians, and it's talking about unlocking your own personal magic. That means, guess what? You can manifest and make stuff happen this week. Yes, you can manifest and make stuff happen. This is talking about unlocking the magical within. It is coming from within. So you're pulling from inside of you, and you're bringing to light, or bringing it up. So for those of you that are groovy light workers, light healers, that means that every time we start doing a energy healing session, whether we are doing an energy healing prayer for the world, for ourselves, for our work, our home, whatever, that every time we connect in with that we're going to be a part of that groovy vibe. Now, also remember that this means that if you are choosing to be negative with your vibe, guess what? That means that you're going to have a whole lot of negative shish following you and surrounding you. So be mindful in how you work your magic this week. Be mindful in how you work your magic. When you choose to do groovy, enlightened, golden, groovy, whatever you want to call it, stuff, that's what you're bringing through. But if you are in a mean, calculating, hateful mode, you need to disconnect from that mode before you start working any of your own personal magic. Very important to do that. All right, so we know magical guardians, unlocking that magic within, that we are full of potential energy. And I like that. We are full of potential energy. You now have the potential to work it in whatever way that you want to work it. All right, so so what's the energy coming through saying, okay, because this is like our obstacle. What is our obstacle? And you guys are like, Maris, why are you choosing an obstacle to be at the very beginning? Well, chance favors a prepared mind. So if you know that our energy is about locking in, not locking in, but opening up and utilizing the magic that we have, or that power, the light, the incentive, the drive that we have inside, our obstacle sometimes, this is going to kind of make you laugh a little bit, because it says over here it's the Knight. It's talking about bravery. It's talking about honesty. So it's saying that within your energy, folks, that in order to get a good positive flow, you have to be on a good, positive, truthful, integrity-based vibe. That's not an obstacle. What we're looking at here, and don't shoot the messenger, okay? I'm just giving you this message. Some of us have not been choosing to be open and honest about who or what we are and what we're bringing to the table. So when we talk about an obstacle, it's really not an obstacle, it's a challenge. And I want you to think of it like that, as a challenge. So the challenge as we unlock our own energy and our own potential, that we have to be totally honest, that we have to be courageous, that we have to have some sense of personal, yes, I use that word, personal, energy to go with that. So, and I'm going to say it like this: you cannot ride on other people's coattails this week and expect to be successful. This is about you working you're working your magic, working your energy, and utilizing that for good stuff. Utilizing that for good stuff. Okay, so now that we've kind of framed what our energy is, and you may look at it as an obstacle, I may look at it as an obstacle, it's that challenge of, okay, now you've got to be on the up and up, totally honest, totally integrity filled, and being that vibration. All right, so let's take a look at what our help is. And they're like, oh my gosh, what could the help be? All right. Okay, so we're looking at the Druid card again. And what's really cool about this card is that it talks about holding space. And in holding space, often we are silent. Often we are silent when we are holding space for others. We're allowing them to express, we're allowing them to go through whatever vibration, whatever energy that they're working on to clear or cleanse or heal, release, whatever, that we're the ones that are usually sitting over there and just watching and monitoring and being a part of that groovy energy, or that safety net for them. But in here, we're not talking about holding space for other people. We're talking about our power of holding our own space. Our power of holding our own space. And when we look over here, remember, this is about being brave and honest and working with integrity and doing the right thing at the right time and all of this. This holding space is about honoring you, yourself, who you are, and what you're bringing to the table. So what is the help in this? And I'm gonna laugh here with you for a second. It's all about putting self as number one. It is about putting self as number one. Hold your own space. Don't expect other people to be there picking up the loose ends or the things that you've dropped. This is now this wonderful the sense of accountability, but this wonderful blend of energy and vibration, whatever you want to call it, with our own self empowerment. So, a lot of this energy that's coming in is about empowering yourself and taking that energy and creating the outcome, creating the goals, creating the specific outcome, specific end manifestation. And it's saying, look, you are in charge of this, and you are going to be bringing that energy through and creating what you want to create. So in the midst of everybody else's minutia, man, you are holding on to your own success. And with that, you can start working that energy, working that vibe, and create that level of success that you're looking for. What was it's being brave and being honest. I'm not saying that we're out here being a bunch of liars, because that's not the implication. But do you really look in the mirror, and are you honest with yourself and what you bring to the table? Are you prepared? Are you prepared to be 100% of who you were destined to be? All right, so what do we got kind of playing in the outlurks that's kind of taking us into that Thursday, Friday energy? And I'm laughing because I get this message with it. Okay, so what are we looking at? We're looking at Father Sky, and we're looking at it in this trust in the unknown. But it's in a reverse position, so we're not getting that trust in the unknown. This is again reinforcing that there is no surprise energy here with this, that everything you create, it is created by you. This particular week, everything you create, it is created by you. Okay, so I'm going to kind of giggle here, because there's sometimes I'm over here, I can't find something. I've like lost my pen, lost my keys. I'm notorious for losing keys. I might lose, my wallet or whatever, and I'm over here in a state of panic. And I'm always over here and I'm like, Archangel Chamuel, Archangel Chamuel, Archangel Chamuel, help me find X, Y, and Z. Help me find my keys or my pen or my wallet or whatever I'm looking for, my phone, This week, and I'm not saying that your angels aren't there. They are there. They're always there. But this week, Spirit wants to see us shine. He wants, shim, whatever, Spirit wants to see us shine. And it's almost like this challenge of girlfriend, dude, boyfriend, whatever. I know what mojo you have. You don't always realize what mojo you have. So this week, I'm going to initiate you to start showing your mojo. That's what this is talking about. Hey, Amy Lynn, how are you? Hi, Kimberly. So we're looking at here is now we're getting a metaphoric kick in the butt, but a loving kick in the butt for us to be going out and start shining. Show people what you have. Come on. Show me what you have. Show yourself what you have. Show your neighbors. Show your friends. Let people know what you have been nurturing and cultivating over the last several months in order to get yourself to this really groovy point where you're starting to feel comfortable in your own skin and what you bring to the whole essence of life. It's a really pretty groovy thought when you think about this. All right, so don't expect on this little Father Sky, nothing's going to drop down from the sky and land in your lap and go, woo! You are going to be creating the woo going on, okay? Looks like we've got like one more card. Yep, one more card. Oh, and it's really good. So let's flip that camera over and take a look at it. And you're like, damn it, we just saw that card. But it's not this card. Are y'all ready? Y'all ready for some grooviness? Are you ready for some grooviness? Give me a heart if you're ready for grooviness. Come on. Amy, give me a heart. Matthew, Kimberly, Amber, come on, give me some hearts. Okay, now we're ready for the grooviness. Bing! Oh, shit, she going flying off. Okay, so guess what? Everybody's been working really hard on their energy. Everybody's been working really hard on connecting. Everybody's been working really hard. Yes, we have. On connecting with our source, our energy, our, that higher power. Guess what? Higher power is taking this effort this week. Whatever you want to call creator, you are going to find yourself in some really intense, beautiful connection with creator source. And expect some really groovy downloads. And you're like, what the hell is a download? All right, it's like when somebody asks you a question and you just blurt out the answer and you look at them and they go, Betty, how did you know that? And you're like, I don't know. Well, those are downloads that you get, and they kind of trigger into this beautiful intrinsic knowledge base that we have. So expect some downloads this week, because as you are working on your own energy and expanding that energy, you open up that crown, that pineal gland, that pituitary gland, that crown, that third eye, whatever the hell you want to call it today. You open that up. Ooh, looks like woo, bing, and you start getting downloads. And so you start receiving this amazing sense of information. You kind of like become a little encyclopedia. And you connect in, and it's always this beautiful vibration feel that, man, you're like, I feel enlightened today. All right, so embrace that energy this week. When you start singing your glory, your words, your praise, your vibration, and you bring it up a couple of notches, or you really start getting that energy flowing, you're going to be manifesting some really cool, groovy things. And some of that cool, groovy things is going to be intrinsic knowledge that, like, how did you know that? Oh, I don't know. I just know it. That kind of stuff. So embrace that. Roll with it. Have some fun. Enjoy this week. I'm going to say as much because I am on social media and I want you to connect with me on social media. But if you start noticing that social media is getting a little bit crappy on that, hateful attitudes, hateful words, mean energy coming through, disconnect and get yourself into some grooviness and bring your energy back into alignment and bring it up. Very important to do this week. Now, if you have not watched the Reiki from the lake yesterday, it was me, Matthew, and Gabby. Amber was out of town yesterday. So if you have not watched it, I would love for you to watch it, because I'm telling you, it was really bizarre out there. And I mean a good bazaar, not a negative bazaar. It was a really good bazaar. We're all sitting out there, and and like we get together, and we kind of talk a little bit, maybe for a couple of minutes, about, okay, what's the focus, what's been going on, is there anything that we need to address in today's healing session? And one of the things, and we talked maybe for a couple of minutes, and to be honest with you, I couldn't really even tell you what we talked about. So Matthew starts to do the tuning bowls, and Gabby's over there in meditation, prayer, whatever you want to call it, and I'm doing my grounding and my meditation. And so we start into the Reiki, and we're at Chokurei maybe. I'm hearing behind me, I guess so we're looking at the southwest, in the southwest direction. I'm telling you, I'm hearing cathedral bells. It's like they are going crazy, like a call to worship. If you were, by an old Catholic church or an old, an old church that uses the bells. And I'm like, I keep like looking around, going, where the heck is this coming from? I can hear this. It's pretty intense. And I'm like looking around and looking around. And so we're moving through the energy healing, doing the sharing the Reiki. And Gabby's hearing trumpets. I'm still hearing bells, and now Gabby's hearing trumpets. And we're all like looking at each other like, what the? Oh my God, like I'm ready for the sky to open up and something to come floating down, or, I'm like kind of like, wow. And then as we're moving through the different levels, as the symbols, the words, the mantras that we use, we move through different levels of healing. Um, there's somebody or some people or whatever around the bin, and I'm telling you, they are singing. So we got trumpets, church bell stuff, and singing. And I'm over here like, Choku, Honcha, what the heck? This is so cool. So anyway, I dug it. But I challenge you, I'm going to ask you to please take the time and watch that video. I'm going to repost it. It'll be posted up on YouTube as well. And listen and tell me what you hear other than my chanting and Gabby singing. Are you hearing anything on there? Or, I don't know. Let me know. Peace, love, and happines. I hope to see you very soon. And yes, we are in the new building. We only use the old building for the old offices will be used for our school. But if you have an appointment with me for a private session, it's over in the new building, 8001 South I-35 Service Road. I'm in Suite 104B. But if you're used to my complex, you know where the complex is. We're in the one-story building. One-story building. So if you have a wheelchair or you have ambulation problems, I've got your back. We've got like wheelchair entry and everything. It's really cool. Come see me. 405-549-3766. And again, peace, love, and harmony. I hope to see you very soon. And let me see if I remember how to do this, because I think this is like peace, love, and happiness. I think that's how to do it in sign language. Peace, love, and happiness. She didn't show me harmony. She said happiness. So, hey. So I hope to see you very soon. If you just walked in and you're catching the very end of the reading, wait a second, because it'll be posted back up. And it's important for you to listen to this. This is a week about you and you getting your energy together and bringing it to the table and raising that vibe. Raise your vibe, raise your bar. Be the best you that you can be. Love ya.